said, yeah, it's a great idea.
Oh, thank you. I want it to be fun when we get into the summer months a little bit more, and people can refer back to these Zoom calls, and they are being recorded, and it allows everybody to connect. And after we got through with the other Zoom call like 2 weeks ago, we had somebody reach out to me, another agent, asking for a particular or credit restoration person for his phone number. So see, what I'm trying to do is connect everybody together and on different levels. I mean, some people don't know what some people don't know.
Right.
So glad you're here. Hi, Joshua. Oh, nice to say hi to everybody. Can you believe we're already through February?
I know it.
It's already over February. I got accepted into it's called the West Texas leadership program. So they've got a retreat this weekend for 2 days in San Angelo, and it's like 8 different classes, pretty intense leadership program that I was accepted in this year. So I'm pretty excited.
Awesome.
So we'll wait
Congrats.
till more people get on here. Cris, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, no problem.
I want it fun. I want us to laugh. I know it's nerve-wracking a little bit, but it's not like we're standing in front and public speaking in front of a whole congregation or something.
Right.
We can do this. Turn my phone off. Shameen, thank you for being here. I am going to address last week us talking about financing and throwing in your contact information in the chat box would be good. Jacob, thank you for being here. It is for all agents at different levels, even though we know, Cris, I understand that there has been a change in the for the inspectors this here recently. So we'd like to know a little bit about that. That would be nice, to touch on that. I don't know exactly what it was, but I did call Trek this morning just to check on my education, and I couldn't believe I got right through. They go, you are the next caller on the in the queue. Do you want to call back? And I was like, no, I'll just sit right here. And so talk to them. Have you ever called them, Cris?
I've only had to call them a couple times.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is a 60-minute wait minimum. So
yeah.
I got through. Her name was Lily. I won't forget it because I love lilies. I was like, dang girl, how did I get so lucky? I'm living life right. So good. So I tried something different. So y'all know, I kind of invited people threw our flyer out there and added the Zoom link, of course, for Cris and I today. And I did a little different because I went to my cell phone and did it because cell phones are overtaking the desktops. So
for sure.
last couple of weeks ago, Shameen with Southwest Bank and I did it, and it was good. I expected 20 people on there. You set goals, and it's not how many people can we get on here or how many people can we meet. It's more, what can we do one-on-one to make our community grow? So say thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, as Cris will say later, go ahead and put them in the chat. We've got the information of Cris who is in the chat, information about him, home inspections. It's called Texas Patriot Inspections. Please put any questions in the chat. Cris, put your contact information. Shameen, put your contact information. What we're trying to do here is there's several of us that want to do like a community connect. We want to offer this 2 times a month. I'm going to have various situations, various matters, home buying to the maintenance, to home decorating, to paint. It's nice to do it on your cell phone in the convenience of your own home or your office. That's pretty much the new norm for all of us, as you know. So let me see in the chat that you're out there and you know what I'm talking about. The Zoom is a little bit easier. We're not rushing around. let's see a little bit of action there in anything. If somebody misses this Zoom call today, I want you to know that we're going to be placing it on, I can't put it very well on Chris's YouTube platform. I can't put it on EXP. So what I'm going to do is put it on Yvonne Rose's EXP Community Connect. It's there. For all of us that really have started off this particular Community Connect, I'd really like for you to share it. Just share it. Just go over there and grab it. If you don't know how to do that, let's get together one-on-one so you know where to get it, share it, so I don't have to come to you again and go, hey, let's do it. If something changes, that's when I want you to reach out to me. Like, for instance, when the interest rates may change, Shameen, that things are going up. This is what we see. This is what FHA might have changed. Chris, what has happened with the inspections? Let me know about those things. Again, I just want to say my name is Yvonne Roses. I'm a licensed realtor in the state of Texas. I go from border to border. And also, we're brokered with EXP, which is an international company. I'll put my contact information in the chat. Most of all, it's just community. It's just touching our community and bringing this all together. I really do like having conversations of real estate. If you're looking to buy or sell land, small commercial, I could do it all over the world. So this is the reason why it is why we titled it Community Connect. At the end of this Zoom call, we're going to have about 10 minutes for Chris for question and answers. We are totally open to any suggestions that you have that you might want something different. Most of all, thank you for your support. You know, this is real people, and we want to hear from you of any suggestions. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce my friend and colleague, home inspection business now, Cris Westfall with Texas Patriot Inspection. Chris, take it away.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this. We appreciate it. Hi, my name is Cris Westfall. I'm with Texas Patriot Inspection. I'm a licensed home inspector in the state of Texas. I've been in the inspection industry for over 20 years. I wanted and looked into getting into the home inspection business for about the last 6-8 years, and then COVID happened, and we were able to take the time to go through the schooling to get my state license. I went through the Champion School of Real Estate for my education purposes. I took my test. I passed on the first go round. Learned a lot. Have a background in DIY, home building, renovations, add-ons with my family. Every one of my aunts, uncles, brother, everybody's DIYers, and we all learned the processes of building homes and adding on to homes. And I helped my dad. He built his house from the ground up. So I've learned a lot on hands-on experience. But I've always wanted to get into this industry, and God allowed me the opportunity and the time to educate, and I'm glad we took the route. I love doing home inspections. It's been a passion, and I've loved every minute of it. But the reason why we do the home inspection process is to protect our buyers. We love our clients. We do everything we can for our clients. We know that the home is one of the biggest investments in a person's life, and we challenge ourselves with letting and educating our clients as to the true, honest, unbiased opinion of a home. That way they know what they're spending their money on. They get the most out of their investment. They know if there's lingering issues coming in, or if there's just minor maintenance stuff that they got to keep up with. And as we all know, as homeowners, we all have maintenance on our homes, but we like to educate our clients as to the condition of the home at the time of the sale. We look for any major hazards. That's the most important, is look for the potential electrical hazards, fire hazards, structural hazards. Make sure we're helping them protect their investment. That's kind of what I strive on, is to make sure that I give the clients the most honest assessment I can the structure, from the foundation all the way to the roof, and everything in between with electrical and plumbing. We want to make sure that the clients are happy with their purchase and they're getting what they think they're getting. Not all home buyers are knowledged in the key components to a home. So that's why we do what we do, is to educate and train the clients as to the conditions and why things are the way they are, and why things are wrong when they're wrong. We like to know their opinions. At every inspection, I prefer the home buyers to be there. That way I can go over the report with them through every step, everything that we list on an inspection report. We want the buyers to know exactly the condition of the home. And it's best if the clients are there at the time of inspection. And we recommend it. They're not always available during the time, but generally try to, at least if they're not there, we try to set up a phone conference if they're not available. That way we can go over it, and we try to educate them the best we can. And
We're good with buyers being there with the inspection, Chris. Well,
yes, ma'am.
It's okay to have the buyer there.
Oh, I prefer it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes, I prefer it. That way the buyers are aware, and we can show them every potential issue that we find. And we can let them know the stuff that's not critical and the stuff that is critical. Home inspectors don't have the luxury. We don't have the luxury of saying what date things were built to. Unfortunately, we have to go by today's standards. Even like with electrical, like not all things were built with today's standards, like with GFCIs and stuff like that weren't or haven't been around forever. But we have to educate the clients of why they're there, they might say even it was built in the 50s and it doesn't have GFCIs. Well, we have to grade it to today's standards because the GFCIs are a safety issue. They're a potential electrical hazard that have come across through the codes over the years, that we just make them aware of why they're supposed to be there. And why we recommend home inspections. I recommend that everyone should get a home inspection, of course, because I'm biased because I'm a home inspector, but it's so that you have an honest assessment of your home. You have an assessment from foundation to roof. You know exactly what you're purchasing. You know the ins and outs, the flaws. You know everything that is about it when you buy it. You don't want to ever buy something and then find out that you didn't get a home inspection. You have a major foundation issue 5 years down the road that you could have potentially spearheaded if you had somebody look at it. And all home inspectors in the state of Texas have to be licensed. And the reason for that is because we have to follow a strict SOP, which is standards of practice. They make sure, the state of Texas makes sure that everybody has the knowledge for each individual particular part of the home, and that we follow the strict standards of practice so that everybody's on the same playing field, and there's no just fly by night people that don't really know anything about a home. And it's an extensive education, but it's to train the individual in the parts of the home that the state requires. Let's see who saw some chat stuff come on. I want to make sure I answer these as we're coming through here.
So one of them is, do insurance agent need the inspection report?
Do lenders or insurance agents need the inspection report? I believe the lender, correct me if I'm wrong, Yvonne, I think some of it's dependent on the loan. Isn't that correct?
Well, really, the inspection report, I think, is for the buyer. I wouldn't give the inspection report to a lender. at all. Shameen, what do you feel? Do you have to have that?
No, ma'am. A home inspection is not required. It is highly, highly recommended
Okay.
that you get a home inspection for a mortgage loan. And I agree with Yvonne. I really typically don't ask to see the home inspections. We usually wait till we get like the appraisal to be concerned about the repairs on it. Only time the home inspection comes to be an issue sometimes is like if there's a question on the appraisal about the condition of the home, we try to use the inspection to offset that it was okay per the inspection or something like that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and the next one, what is your turnaround time on getting the final report sent out? I make sure that I have my report sent out before I leave the property. I don't want to have to be thinking about the inspections that I did for today or yesterday to make sure I get the report sent out. I pull out my laptop as soon as I'm done and I email reports before I leave the property that way. And I make sure that every client has it in their hands before I'm done with that inspection.
Hey, Chris, how do you do that so quickly? I mean, like, is it something you're doing on your phone?
Yes, I run an iOS-based report software called PalmTech.
Okay.
It's on my iPad, it's on my iPhone, and then what I do is I send it to myself in an email. That way I can review it to check for errors, and then as soon as I review it, I email it to the clients, and that way they have it as soon, because I mean I know everybody's on. Most homes have an option period, and option periods are tight. So we make sure that we get our reports out as soon as possible.
You know, I say, can they pay at closing time your fees? How much are your fees? I started putting that in the chat box.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me about
Yes,
that.
we offer paying at closing, paying up front, paying however is most comfortable for the clients. Whatever works best for them works for us. Our basic general home inspection starts at around $300. That's generally the base cost. And then it goes up per square footage. It's not going to be the same on a, 2,500, 3,000 square foot house. It kind of varies. But it's a good investment to protect your home. I mean, it's $300 is cheap when you're thinking of around $200,000-300,000. It's a small price to pay for someone to evaluate your property. Let's see what else. I saw something else come up.
I've lived in our home for what, 12, 13 years. And I know that there's some things that need to be fixed. Do you think it's advantageous for a person to call you in knowing it's 300 or whatever versus our house is worth, 300,000? Just saying.
For sure.
I mean, sometimes the only time we need an inspection is when we're buying or selling. But really and truly, I feel like even some of us that have lived in our home for a while need an inspector to come in and tell us what needs to be done.
Yeah, for sure. Even if someone's just wanting to have the stuff checked out on their house that they currently live in, and they have no plans of selling and no plans of moving, and they think they might have a potential issue and want somebody to come take a look, for sure, give us a call. We generally do the purchase inspection, but we also do pre-listing. If someone's thinking about selling their home and want to have it evaluated before you list it, we offer that as well. We like for the sellers to know about their home just as much as we want the buyers to know about their homes. Like I said, we do pre-listings, we do sale inspections, we do new construction inspections, phased inspections, and we do builder warranty inspections. So if you have a new house built and your builder offers a 1-year warranty at 11 months, give us a call. We'll come out and check to make sure everything's still good. You haven't had any settling issues. Make sure everything up in your attic still where it's supposed to be. Nothing's damaged or leaking or not functioning properly. We offer that as well. Let's see. I saw another one come across up there.
Okay.
Do you do well in septic inspection? I currently do pool and spa inspections as well as water well inspections. I do not do septic inspections. I have used to have a septic system. I've always had to work on it myself. So that's not something I want to even dabble in. I let the professionals do that part of it. That's quite specific and kind of out of my realm of want tos, unfortunately.
Is that a different type of license?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to get certified, and everything additional that you do on top of the general Texas standards of practice rules and through their education is everything else is extra. So if you want to get into pool inspections, you have to be certified as a pool inspector or a water well inspector or septic inspector. And if you want to do drone footage over roofs to check roofs, you have to have education in drone flight through the FAA. Everything else that you do is extra. My plan is this year to get my termite inspection license. That way I can offer that as well. So
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, and you have to team up with a certified applicator to be able to get a termite inspection license, because you have to fall under them because they're the applicators. But I have a contact that I'm going to try to get that accomplished hopefully this spring, and then get that one under my belt where I can offer the termite inspection as well as the home inspection.
Oh, so you do it at the same time? You'll do it at the
Yes.
same time? Is that what we're?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Or either or, if they just need a termite inspection, we'll be able to do that as well. Or we can do both at the same time.
Hello, Chris.
That's the goal. Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Gino. I have a question for you.
Sure.
Whenever I purchased 3 homes in my lifetime, and I've had every single one of them inspected, but in purchasing my second home, I was recommended to get a plumbing company with they have some kind of a camera that goes down the sewer line to make sure there's no cracks or there's nothing wrong with the sewer line, because as we know, sewer lines are fairly expensive to replace.
Correct. Yes,
do
sir.
you recommend that? Is that worth the money? I think it cost me, looking back, about $180 to have that performed, that the plumber came in.
Yes. I recommend it on an older home, just due to the fact that older homes generally have trees that were added to their yards that weren't originally there when the sewer lines were put in, or older homes that had the steel, the cast iron piping and stuff like that. I would recommend it. But that is also another area of inspection that I plan to get this year, is the sewer scope inspection certification. So my goal is to be able to do that as well. But yes, I do recommend it on older homes, or let's say I go in a home and I do an inspection and then I notice that there's slow draining pipes or slow draining toilets, or stuff starts to back up. The tubs don't want to drain well. That is a sign that you might potentially have an issue. So that would be generally, if I did find that on a home inspection, what I would do in the plumbing section is that I would recommend having a licensed plumber come in and further evaluate the drains. That's where I would put that in my report as of today. But if in the future, when I do get that license behind me, then I'll be able to call the call the client and let them know, hey, we have this. Do you want me to do a sewer scope inspection? I can do it while I'm here.
Fantastic.
And that way we'll know. Yeah, that way we'll know. And then if we do have a major drainage issue, then it's, hey, we know we have an issue. You might want to call a plumber and get them to come out and fix this.
That's a great niche for you. It looks like
Yes,
you're
sir.
Diversifying, and I think that's going to put you out there even more. So
yes, sir.
That's great.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that stuff takes time because, all of the people in the real estate world know we all have to do all of our continuing education. So in every extra license or certificate you get comes with extra continuing education. So it takes a little while to build up all those certifications, but they're well worth it. And it just takes a little time. We can't all come out of the gate and have all of the certifications. I wish we could, but we can't. But as we grow and continue on, I hope to have everything I possibly can to cover everyone's needs if possible, barring, you know, minus the septic. That I don't think that's anything I want to do, but it might change my mind. But right now I have no desire to look at anybody's septic system.
Hey, Chris, I want to hear a home inspection that you might have done that was just out of the norm. Tell me about it.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
come on.
I did one. Let's see, it was this probably late summer. I'm going to say it was probably August. I did a house on the north side of town, and I do the normal stuff in the inside of the house. Everything looks good. Reporting minor stuff, and then before I go on a roof, I always go in the attic to make sure there's no potential issues, no broken structural issues, no damage decking on the roof. So I'll make sure I always go in an attic before I go on a roof, just as I have heard stories of people stepping through roofs because they had damaged decking. But I go in the attic and I find burnt structure. Now this is a truss frame construction house built probably somewhere around 2014, 2015. And there was probably 6 or 8 trusses that were black. They had fire damage. And the owners, the property owners at the time didn't know about it. Their listing agent didn't know about it. And the buyer's agent didn't know about it. So we found an issue with this house had been on fire before and nobody knew about it. So we were able to raise that red flag to the clients and let them know, hey, just you're aware this house has been on fire before. that one was pretty wild.
That's when we say, we don't like that inspector. Did the sale go through, I wonder?
As far as I know, yes. I got paid at the time of inspection, so it didn't go to closing. So as far as I know, it closed as is.
Okay.
But that's why I talk about an unbiased opinion. I have no stake in these houses. I just observe and report. If it's got damage, I report the damage. It is what it is. And that's what I strive myself on, is I want to be honest. If you don't like it, you know what, at least at the end of the day, I can sleep well not knowing, hey, I told them the truth, and that's all. They have to deal with it how they have to deal with it. But that's how I run my businesses, by honesty, integrity. And if anybody calls and asks me a question, I'll give them my honest opinion.
I think that's what we need. And about, a few minutes left, but I just want to thank y'all for watching. And Chris, you were a sport when we had whoever in there saying all these nasty words that I have never heard before. What is the deal with that? But I will for sure kind of cut that off, of course, before we post it on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah, I see Mickey asked, are you able to refer contractors or any potential repairs needed? For sure. I'm trying to build relationships with quality contractors. I currently have a very well reputable electrical contractor that I recommend all the time. And I've got a DIY guy. He's just a general Mr. Fix-It that I offer people for small repairs or painting or stuff like that. But yes, and if anybody has any great contractors they want to forward me their information, I'd love to be able to recommend anybody, for sure.
that's nice. Anything else, Chris?
Not at the moment. Does anybody have any questions?
I went ahead and posted Chris's contact information again over there where he can be reached for any general questions, us as realtors and or, to build that relaip with all of us together. That's what it's all about. Shimmy,
Do you have a website? Yes, my website is just now going live. We're working on tweaking some of the verbiage in it, but yes, we do have a website. It's in the contact information. Feel free to look at it. Let us know what you think. But we are currently tweaking some of the verbiage in there. I've got a gentleman that contacted me about a flyer sheet through Trower Realtors that we're getting in on a booklet, getting an ad in there, and then they're the ones putting that together. And I got with their upper people, and they're building my website right now. So, but it did go live about a week or so ago. But yes, take a look at it. Let us know what you think. Sorry to interrupt you, Yvonne.
Oh, no, Chris.
I was just looking through the
see.
comments. I want to make sure I answered every question.
It's cool. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Because if they asked it, I sure wanted to answer for sure.
Sure.
March 1st, we'll be on here and it's going to be credit scores and how to improve your credit scores and make it better. March 22nd is going to be title insurance with BBA Title, who's responsible for paying for that title insurance and what is it. So those are pretty good. And that was just first quarter. Then I'll start working on second quarter. Why? Just to kind of bring some fun stuff for the spring for sure. Shameen, anything change in the financing world?
No, ma'am, just, the market goes crazy every day. Should be a fun day after, the market was closed yesterday, but
Oh, that's right.
no new changes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Chris, what's your preferred method of contacting you?
Whatever works for everybody.
Okay.
I do text, email, phone calls, whatever. I'm flexible. I'm with the new age. I carry a phone with me all the time. I answer emails. I answer texts. I wake up at around 6:30 every morning. If you want to text me at 6:30 in the morning, text me at 6:30. And I generally up to about 11 or midnight every night. So questions, comments at any time. I'm always available.
Good, Chris. Just to educate us, I think that's so important. Just really quick before it cuts us off,
Mhm.
what are some of the changes that you guys just had? What was that in?
The changes that I'm aware of were in the SOPs. They've made some tweaks to some of the standards of practice on the stuff that they require us to report, as well
Okay.
as they changed the new inspection report and they added a couple things as far as the supply, the plumbing supply material and the gas. They added in the gas distribution system. So
Okay.
they want us to report the condition of the gas distribution system as well as the materials used.
Interesting. I know that here in Odessa, that the city of Odessa is replacing a lot of gas lines, I see. And they're doing some water lines of older homes that are from
Mhm.
the back alley. They're not going to come into
Oh yeah.
the yard for sure. So anyway, I appreciate it very much. Please leave comments, anything, text me, any subject matter that y'all would like to know a little bit more about. But I want to get into the spring fling of things and kind of get things kind of fun and spruced up. So, Chris, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Just wish you a happy, healthy, and safe home. And then check out the YouTube. Y'all take care. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Vaughn.
Get to work.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, y'all.